I don't know whether you're watching in the morning, evening, or middle of the day. So I'm Callie Lewis.
And I'm John P. Yesterday we talked a lot about various cloud services. Today, I think we should dig in a little deeper and focus on those service providers and figure out who's the best and who are they best for.
I mean, I think the conclusion from yesterday is you can't live without the cloud. Or if you're living without the cloud, at some point in the very near future, you're going to have to jump into the clouds because it's where it's at. So let's get into it with, I don't know, let's do the whole hard drive in the sky thing. Because I say Dropbox, even though SkyDrive works really well, it's just like Dropbox got there.
It's got the most cross-platform support and the best APIs, and that's important because developers can build apps that hook into Dropbox. I can get notes apps that use Dropbox. I can get image editing apps that use Dropbox. They just did a really good job in being the plumbing of the internet.
We see service providers like Salesforce.com and all kinds of people tying in to the Dropbox API, but you don't really get very much space with Dropbox. What do you think would happen if somebody had a reasonably decent API but tons more storage space? How would that change the game?
It's the same old adage that how much better does something have to be to get you to switch? Dropbox is really good. Is it worth my time and effort to move everything over? It's probably not going to be that much time and that much effort, but it's still something else. Exactly.
If you use all of these different services that we're talking about, are you using them completely separately, or are they working together, or can they work together?
And there's two things. So I use them separately. I'll use one to redundantly back up another one. But one thing I want to get in here too is that we're talking about this from a North American angle. So Dropbox uses Amazon for their storage, and that's great in North America, but Amazon does not have that many servers around the world. So for a lot of people, Dropbox is much more painful.
Whether there's much cost in switching, which I think, Kevin, you said it doesn't seem like it, but you use a lot of different ones, but for the average consumer, is it hard to switch, and are there other costs than just free service?
I think it's just these companies have done an amazing job at integrating, and I'll use, as a Mac user for my desktop, I mean, I install Dropbox. It looks like a native. It goes native into files and folders and whatever it's called. It looks like a hard drive. I install SkyDrive. It's the same thing. Microsoft built this for Mac. It's great integration. To me, it's no different. I mean, it's literally create a new username, create a new password. It installs. It's seamless. Drag, fold, copy, paste. Everything's there, done. There's no cost.
Problem. I mean, we pay a lot more in Canada for bandwidth than they pay in America. And if I use one of John's terabytes, it's going to take a long time for me to pull that down and a long time to put it back up. And if I use apps that tie into Dropbox, and I switch away from Dropbox, those apps are no longer functional. All the documents I stored in there are no longer open in those apps. So there is now they're becoming really like cloud-based platforms.
Well, I would argue that Google has more storage than everyone else combined by a factor of many, many times. But they've not done the best job at integrating it seamlessly into the OS layer for all of the users. Sure. What do you guys think about that?
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We have a whole week left to come.
Well, a whole week, like a couple days more left in this week.
Tuesday, but it's still a whole week.
We're going to work our way to Friday.
You won't let me sing it. Why do you get to sing it?
Because you sound too much like Rebecca Black. See you guys later.
Bye.